my story, Chasing Rainbows. Chapter 6, New Ventures. Joseph had married Victoria in the late spring. At first he was distraught, unable to accept that Jess Flanagan had left Dartington in such haste. Filled with despair, he ventured out to search for her in all weathers, the rain soaking through his garments. After searching for days, he had returned home with a raging fever, and for a time it was feared he would not recover. Yet he was young and virile, and in a couple of weeks he was up and about again, growing stronger as each day passed. His father had already dealt with the business arrangements regarding the management of the textile mill. When Joseph was fit, he returned to Great Harwood and took full responsibility of the mill and all of the staff. After all, he was his father's son, a gentleman of commercial enterprise, who was admired and respected by all the workers at the firm. Joseph developed a keen interest in the running of the business. He had learned from a young age about the history of cotton cloth production and how it developed originally based upon the import of raw cotton, which overtook Christian. Of course, to become profitable, the domestic structure had been determined upon the accessibility of credit and the interlinking between Lancashire and London. Yet, as time progressed, the growing importance of cotton promoted the development that made Liverpool a significant port. To most men, the prospect of a forthcoming marriage to the granddaughter of one of the wealthiest landowners in the north would have filled them with pride. But Joseph felt only rejection and a sort of bitter despondency. To have come to the realization that Jess no longer loved him was more than he could bear. It was as if he had lost a part of him that had been alive and filled with exhilaration. His life felt desolate without the woman he had built his dreams with, the woman he loved and hoped to make his wife. Everything else seemed inconsequential and of little joy. Yet somehow he knew he had to go forward, pick up the threads of his life, and try to concentrate on his future. It was, after all, expected of him. His father had made that crystal clear. So he began to court Victoria, calling upon her at every opportunity. They would go to the opera, to concerts and recitals, and of course he escorted her to various dinner parties and local events. Victoria felt flattered by all the attention and began to look forward to his visit. In a very short time, she found herself falling in love with him, and though she guessed he did not return the affection, he appeared to find her company entertaining. Maybe in time he will grow to love me, she mused. As for Victoria, well, she was in love for the first time in her life, and she felt as if she were floating on a cloud of dreams. She imagined herself drifting down the church aisle upon her father's arm. She would be dressed in a cream silk dress and carry a bouquet of red roses. All eyes would be upon her as she approached her bridegroom, waiting at the altar. He would turn to smile as she drew near, and her heart would melt with happiness as they proceeded to take their vows. They would honeymoon in Wales or Cornwall and spend their days strolling by the sea or wrapped up in each other's arms. As for the night, well, she could only imagine what joys the night might hold. At 21, she was still naive in the ways of love. She found herself blushing as she tried to imagine how he might make love to her. Yet she found the prospect warm and intoxicating. Joseph knew that he would never love again. But as time passed, he grew fond of Victoria, and although she was no oil painting, he began to enjoy the companionship they shared.